The reason why there's a good chance that you won't get a good settlement offer in your accident case is because of this. Millions of accident victims are completely unprepared to handle their case. And the insurance company loves that they get to pay you less. But fear not, I'm going to show you how to pull off the 5 most powerful claim tactics that may increase your chances of getting the best offer possible. We're going to use one of my real settlements to explain. While it's a trip and fall case, the strategies that I'm going to teach you also apply to car accident claims and all personal injury cases. Misty tripped and fell on a condo boardwalk while she was walking back from the beach in Florida. She had terrible pain in her ankle. Someone called 911 and paramedics came and took her to the hospital. X-rays showed that she broke her leg. A surgeon drilled a plate and screws into her leg. Misty now needed to use a chair to take showers. Misty called me and I asked her if she had photos of the hazard that she believed caused her to fall. If you want someone else to pay for your medical bills and your pain and suffering, you need to show that they're at fault. Misty claimed that the front of her sandal caught something that caused her to trip and fall. Fortunately, her husband took some photos of the alleged hazard. He used a business card and a sandal to try to show the change in height that caused her to fall. This was better than not having a photo, but it wasn't great. Here's why. To have a claim for a trip and fall on a change in elevation, the height of the change needs to be greater than 1/4 inch. Misty had a problem. Her husband's photo did not show the exact change in height. Tip 1 is taking the proper photos and measurements to properly document your accident. In car and truck accident cases, you'll often need to hire an accident reconstructionist who can take photos of skid marks and the vehicles involved. Insurance companies will spend tons of money on their own experts, so you need your own experts to fight back. This next tip can be the difference between winning and losing your case. After Misty hired me as her lawyer, I quickly sent a letter to the condominium association asking them to preserve the raised surface that she tripped on. Sending this letter to whoever you believe caused your accident legally requires them to not change the hazard. If you don't send this letter, they may not have to preserve it and they can change it, and that can kill your case. In a car accident case, you should send a letter to the owner of the car that hit you asking them to preserve their vehicle. As you'll see in a moment, sending that letter can be the difference between you winning and losing your personal injury case. You want to get the copy of the event data recorder that recorded the driver's speed at the time of impact. In that same letter, you can ask them to tell you the amount of their insurance policy limits. You want to know how much insurance is available. The third trick may help you get a much bigger settlement offer in your case. The condo's insurance company made us a bad first offer. They only offered us $20,000. The adjuster argued that Misty was drunk when she fell. He said this based on Misty stumbling on the surveillance video. The adjuster also said that the security guard smelled alcohol on Misty's breath. In other words, he was implying that if she wasn't drunk, she wouldn't have fallen. He argued that she was holding 5 objects which affected her view and balance. He also argued that the change in elevation was small. Then we got some bad news. The adjuster told me that the walkway that Misty tripped on was going to be renovated. This meant that I needed to get the actual measurements that we could use if our case went to trial. Without an exact measurement showing the change in height, the court can dismiss your case. So I paid for an engineer to inspect the walkway. In car and truck accident cases, you may need to hire an accident reconstructionist who can describe how the crash happened. Yet most accident victims have no idea that they need to hire an expert witness to prove their case. Our expert engineer took a whopping 211 photos of her measurements of the boardwalk. This helped prove our case. So hire the proper expert as soon as you need one. Now let's look at the 4th pro tip to increase your odds at getting a bigger payout. I spoke with the condo's insurance adjuster. Since he only offered $20,000, I asked him if he saw this as a 6-figure case. Basically, I asked him if he thought the case was worth $100,000 or more. He said,
"No, this isn't a 6-figure case."
And he sounded convincing when he said it. But I knew better than to believe that insurance adjuster. The insurance company then hired a lawyer who offered Misty around $26,000 to settle her personal injury claim. The lawyer said he'd negotiate only if I decreased my settlement demand below $100,000. I refused. Ultimately, I negotiated hard with the insurance adjuster and we settled Misty's case for $100,000. This was all after he told me that the case wasn't worth $100,000. The 4th tip is to not believe the insurance company. Adjusters can seem very convincing when they give you their reason for a low offer. They can even seem super confident when they deny your claim, but don't believe them. You need to assume what they are telling you is not true. This is true even if they are very nice, like the adjuster in Misty's case. This next tip saved Misty over $15,000 and it may save you big bucks. Misty's health insurance company paid about $19,000 for her medical bills associated with her treatment from the fall. The health insurance company demanded that we pay them back. Because she had an attorney, they were required to reduce this amount by 33 1/3%. And I also argued that because of all the blame that the condo insurance company placed on Missy, her health insurance company had to reduce their payback request. This put over $15,000 extra in Misty's pocket. Misty's ankle is doing well now, and since she got paid back for her out-of-pocket medical bills and lots of money for pain and suffering, Misty was thrilled with the settlement. But if we didn't use these tips, we would have never gotten this $100,000 settlement. But the truth is that most accident claims aren't worth much. In this video, I explain why. So watch this video here or click on the link in the description below. And if you're seriously injured in an accident in Florida and someone else is at fault, click on the link in the description below to see if I can represent you.